craziest thing that happened when you turned 18? A woman cornered me in the school parking lot and said, "I'll give you $40,000 to come home with me." I froze. "Who are you?" "I'm your birth mom, and I want to reclaim you." My brain short-circuited. I'd been dreaming of this day ever since I was a child, and never expected it to start with a bribery. "I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong person," I said coldly, before shoving past her and running for the school bus. That night, my phone buzzed with a notification from Venmo. $40,000 from Fiona Gold, my birth mom. The message read, "Tell your fake parents you hate them. Come home to your real family." I stared at the huge number. It was the exact amount I needed for college. That's when my phone rang with a call from an unknown number. I didn't answer, until that same number sent me a text minutes later. "Rose, they bought you from me when I was 15, but in 3 months you turn 18. You can choose to be with me." "I don't understand what you want." "I want my daughter back." "Why now?" "Because you have 7 siblings, all in foster care. They ask about their big sister every day." My stomach dropped. "But if you come back, if you help me prove I can maintain a family unit, I can get them back." I hung up. At home, Mom was in the kitchen making my favorite lasagna. "How was school, sweetie?" I almost told her everything, until Dad walked in, exhausted from his second job, and kissed my forehead. "Got some good overtime this month. NYU's looking more possible every day." The next morning at breakfast, I broke down. "Mom, Dad, I need to tell you something." I showed them everything. Mom's coffee mug slipped from her hand, shattering on the floor. "Oh gosh, not again." "Again?" Dad pulled out a filing cabinet from the hall closet. Inside were folders filled with legal documents and restraining orders against Fiona. "She tries to reconnect every few years," Mom whispered, tears streaming. "We've spent everything fighting her. We didn't want you to know, didn't want you to feel like I wasn't worth fighting for." I finished. "Like you were being fought over," Dad corrected. My phone buzzed with another Venmo notification. $1,700 with a message, $100 for every year your parents stole. When I didn't respond, she followed up with, "Your real siblings need you. They cry for you. Be the sister they deserve." I screenshotted everything. That week, Fiona escalated. She sent CPS to our house with an anonymous tip about medical neglect. The Venmo offers increased to $50,000, then $60,000. That's when I realized what I had to do. I called Fiona back the next day. "I've been thinking about your offer." Her voice brightened immediately. "You have? The money. It would change everything. And those kids, my siblings, they deserve better than foster care." She laughed, relief flooding through the phone. I met Fiona at a coffee shop the next day where she coached me through fake tears. "Remember, you need to say they made you feel like a burden after the cancer you beat, that they threw the medical bills in your face. They would never. That's not the point. The judge needs to hear it." She introduced me to 3 witnesses she'd paid, including my dad's estranged brother who'd agreed to testify for $10,000. "He's going to say he saw them lock you in your room," Fiona explained casually. "And this woman will say she heard your mom call you ungrateful at the grocery store. Once I have you, all my other kids follow. That's 8 kids, Rose. Maximum government support, tax benefits, and the survivor benefits from your biological father's death." My blood went cold. "My father's dead?" She waved her hand dismissively, sliding a document across the table. "Sign this. It says you want to explore reunification." I signed it. She had no idea my phone was recording in my pocket, or that my parents' lawyer was receiving everything in real time. 2 weeks before my 18th birthday, we all walked into court. Fiona had coached me to sit away from my parents, to flinch when they tried to touch me. Fiona took the stand, tears streaming. "I just want my daughter back. I want her to know her real siblings before it's too late." Then the judge turned to me. "Rose, I'd like to hear from you." I stood up slowly, just like Fiona had coached me. "Your Honor, I have something to say." I pulled out my phone and Fiona's voice filled the room. "He's going to say he saw them lock you in your room. And this woman will say she heard your mom call you ungrateful at the grocery store." I even included everything she said about getting maximum benefits. The judge turned to Fiona. "Ms. Gold, where are your other children currently placed?" Fiona's lawyer whispered urgently in her ear. They're in temporary care." "Where specifically?" Fiona broke down crying. "They don't let me know. The system is broken, but Rose is almost 18. She can choose." That's when I stood up again. "Your Honor, wait." My parents' faces went pale. Fiona made mistakes, but she was 15 when she had me. I want to give her a chance." The judge looked stunned. "Are you saying you want to live with your biological mother?" I avoided my parents' eyes. "My siblings need their sister. Maybe we all deserve a second chance." I moved in with her that night. My parents tried to stop me, but I was almost 18. She fell asleep smiling, thinking she'd won. But I stayed awake, staring at the ceiling of her roach-infested apartment, because I knew I had to play the long game. Full story on channel, link below.